because I think a couple of the things that Jay said are so important. I mean, that information, it's really critical that we provide opportunity to access opportunities for investors. And I would argue that it wasn't just the SEC where the retail investor is frustrated. I think they feel like the system is rigged against them on a number of fronts. And so whether they are blaming hedge funds or other elements, and so we want to make sure that that access is open to them and that they have the information to make informed decisions, but that we don't close off the access by putting in regulations that deny them those opportunities entirely.
So to that point, Stacey, can we get to one issue that seems to be a popular one, amongst these new retail investors, and that is where trading happens in terms of how much is going on public exchanges like yours versus how much goes on off exchange through wholesalers or in the dark pool. According to the SEC, the latest figures that I have, 53% of total trading on any given day happens on public exchanges in the U.S., 38% off exchange through wholesalers, 9% in dark pools. There is a perception that the information gleaned from dark pools by players like a Citadel or a Virtu gives them an upper hand in terms of pricing to the disadvantage of the retail investor. Can you address that?
I think one thing to recognize, even those stats that you're showing, in single stocks, those stats are even more significant. So in some of the meme stocks that we've seen, or where there are stocks that have high-level retail participation, the vast majority of order flow can trade off of exchanges, which is problematic for a number of reasons, not just because of information disparities, but also because that price formation is not really reflective of what supply and demand is. And that's what our markets are intended to do, is really find price by contributing all of the interest across all investors. And when you're not including sometimes 65% or 70% of investors, you're not really getting to what that price is. And so we do think that the pendulum has swung too far, and that some of the policy decisions that the SEC made to promote competition at an order level have actually led to a lot of fragmentation and off-exchange trading. And we would be encouraged to see more transparency into that price formation. So I do think that while retail investors have a good experience in many ways, that ultimate price, that best price in the market, should be set in a more transparent way.
Catherine, what's your take?